Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to week 3 of season 5 of the ALTTPR League. We've got a great race for you tonight. Maniacal of Bottles on Empty, so far undefeated, and Flip Heel of Don't Forget to Track Us, so far 2-2. Great matchup, two great runners. I'm Drossi. I'm here with my buddy Zethno. How are you doing?
I'm doing great tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing what these runners are going to do with a little bit more of a standard seed compared to what we've been seeing the last 2 weeks.
Yes, as the piranha plant wakes up in Link's bed. That's probably how the uncle wound up with the soda with the skull on it.
I say a little bit more standard, and then you're talking about a piranha plant in Blink's house, and I'm not sure standard applies
Yes.
anymore.
I
That said,
mean,
that was a
Flipfield
nice
does
glove.
have an interesting sprite.
Like, right off the bat, we have a nice glove.
And a bit of money. And a bit of arrows.
Well, the arrows really aren't all that helpful until we find a bow somewhere.
Yeah. Well, you were the one who wanted the vanilla or French vanilla bow in Eastern.
I did not say I wanted that.
You were hoping for it.
I was not. That is honestly not something I ever like seeing as a runner or even a commentator, just because it ends up being last location by too many runners.
Oh, I missed what was in the map chest. I assume nothing important.
Oh, I looked away for 2 seconds, and oh, we got a bug net apparently, according to our tracker.
Oh, okay. Yes, and shoutouts to our tracker Chianto, who is going to keep us honest for the next hour and a half.
Yeah, so that's the tracker is the person that's there when we stop looking for 2 seconds, and they're there to help us out.
Speaking of which, there are some bombs, always nice to have.
Yeah. I mean, bombs is something you always want to see in Escape. Not quite as helpful when you already have boots, but hey, even just for clearing Kakariko easily, 3 bombs is very helpful.
And a heart container, always nice to have early as well. But I trust these runners to do the whole thing on 3 heart screen mail. If it came to it. Also, while these runners go through Escape, as they've done hundreds of times, we have a prediction going in chat, if you want to guess how lucky we will or won't be in terms of Light World pendants. Of course, we want to see fewer because it's nice when the pendants are in the Dark World, and then you get to hopefully skip some Dark World dungeons.
Yeah, when you don't start with boots, it's always kind of funny when Desert ends up being an important dungeon, but with boots, pretty much all the Light World dungeons are pretty simple. So this is the part where we would normally start talking about how the runners are looking for a bomb because they have to open the back area of Hyrule Castle. But since we have boots, they can just bonk into that wall.
So, of course, that had to be the key in Dark Cross, because otherwise we're not going to be able to get back here. But I don't think we've seen the map yet, so the map's either going to be in Sank or in one of these 3 chests. Ah, there's that pesky map. Shovel's an interesting find.
I mean, a shovel's always one of those items of, oh, good, I'm gonna have to go clear that later. Thankfully, we got it early enough that we can just loop it in with the rest of our checks.
And a red meringue.
Ooh, I like it. The red meringue's very helpful.
I prefer the blue meringue, but I suppose some people can be heretics. So, of course, one thing to remember in Cash Boots is that bonk rocks are always Sphere 1 check.
Yeah, that's one of those early checks that is really easy to run right past because you're so used to not having it, and it's not in your head that you have to check it when you leave Sanctuary, and then, like, as you're clearing Kakariko, you realize you forgot it. So getting that ledge check right there, I think it was a piece of heart.
Yeah, just vanilla.
Not particularly helpful, but it is what it is for our runners there.
What's in the Thieves' Hideout? More bombs. We have sure been getting a lot of bombs this seed. Don't need to farm those.
So that basically means that there is going to be something in a bomb location, right?
Yeah, though half of the things you'd normally need bombs for, you can just bonk in a boot setting.
Yeah, well, that's the other problem.
Hey, and there's our map check. That looked like crystals at Desert and Hera and a pendant in Eastern.
Yep, that's what I had too.
A red pendant in Eastern. Oh yeah, and it was a 5-6 in Desert. Thank you, chat.
Oh, well, I didn't even see that, so.
Well, I saw the number 5. I didn't actually see it red, but I saw the number 5.
Oh. I can see that.
Hey, what do you know? More bombs. I'm shocked.
Yeah, this game's really just throwing bombs at us.
What do we got in the well? Hasn't been much in CAC yet.
No, like, just, we're really not finding anything that tells us where we want to go next.
We found 2 fetch quest items, though, so far.
Yeah, but that doesn't really tell us where we want to go. Just getting a fetch quest. Oh, okay, there's an item. We have mitts.
Oh, I missed it. Yes, that was indeed the mitts. Okay, 2/3 of Dark World access.
Yeah, so we're just looking for that moon pearl. Although the hammer would be quite nice for getting around the Dark World as well.
Yeah, though I kind of wonder if one of those fetch quests will lead to the Moon Pearl.
Looking for hidden treasure, buried treasure. Could be something that we see. Yes, we're seeing Flip Heel go down towards that side.
Oh, what do you
so-
know? Another fetch quest. Except we don't have a way to actually get to Magic Bat.
Yeah. Well, it's an option down the road, and there's a piece of heart. There's no way we're gonna see that. There's the map track. That time I could see the red and the 5 on desert. These runners definitely not going for the piece of heart. They don't need that. I don't think they'd even go for it as a full heart. That's quite a bit of a time sink for these runners. Ooh. Lamp. Always nice to see.
Also, I was wondering why we weren't tracking the bug net, and looks like we are accidentally using the key sanity template instead of the regular template here. So apologies for that. Can't fix it this match. We will try to fix it for the rest of the week.
You know what? I didn't even notice. I wasn't looking down there at the bottom.
Yeah, I only noticed when I went to see where's that bug net. So Flip is doing that mushroom turn in. Moment of truth
we
here.
have mushroom and powder, so it's not like it's wasting anything.
Fetch quest to fetch quest. We can now visit Sick Kid.
Well, I heard you like fetch quests. So, yeah, we have shovel, powder, mushroom, and we can check Sick Kid. We're getting a King's Tomb check because we have those myths, which is a great time to loop this in over there on Flip Heel side. And it's a shield.
And Flip Heel showing his displeasure. Ooh, mirror in Mini Moldorm Cave. But yeah, the runners were both saying in the race room that they didn't want any shields.
Well, there's one.
Oh, Flip's doing a Houlihan, okay. Trying to raise Zora money?
Yeah, I assume so. This won't be enough, though, so I'm kind of wondering what the plan is.
Wonder whatever happened to Chris Houlihan.
Not a clue.
And there are probably so many Chris Houlihans in the world that if someone came out and said they were the Chris Houlihan, no one would believe them anyway. Okay,
Probably.
Maniacal charging a water walk there, so...
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Not going to be able to check Zora, but we'll check everything else in that area. I assume we're going to get a run up to Waterfall Cave while we have the water walk.
Yeah, this actually works out nicely because if you only go as far as checking Zora Ledge, you don't lose the water walk. So, oh, another bottle. How about that? So you can run back and check Hobo.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I saw a runner do it in an earlier race today. Oh, Maniacal not even checking Zora Ledge. Okay.
Ooh, mail upgrade on the island. I don't foresee our runners going to get that unless health is really locked somewhere.
And Flip's giving us our first desert look. Just some money on the ledge there.
So under the bridge, we have money. I guess we collected the rent for the tent. Meanwhile, over there in Agina's cave.
More junk.
Man, like... the seed's been nice, but not. Like,
We haven't
we're
done
getting
Sick
all
Kid
these-
yet.
I mean, yeah, I guess the moral of the story here is do your fetch quests. Meanwhile, Maniacal picks up that shield that you said he didn't want.
Right? But now they have matching plastic shields.
Yeah, that shield's just so not helpful.
Did
At
Maniacal
least the
not check Lumberjack? No, he's going to the mountain with that mirror. Okay. Lamp even puts it in logic.
yeah. I mean, there's a little bit up there. It's not too much, but
Hera's a crystal.
yeah. I guess we could just do Hera itself. Only 2 items there, but it is a crystal. And it never hurts to have an extra crystal.
Yeah, and 3 items on the way, Old Man and 2 on Spec Rock.
It's probably one of the more dense locations remaining, actually.
Other than the dreaded Saha's Hut and Eastern play.
Now that's what we were talking about in the green room before we started.
Notice, by the way, that Flip Heel pulled up that rock. He's gonna farm rupees from under there. He really wants to do the Zora play.
I mean, if Zora's something, that could give Flip Heel a huge advantage. Because there's arrows in the cave here on the Maniacal side. But Maniacal's not going to go back to Zora anytime soon unless it becomes forced.
And there's
Here
our
is
dark...
Pendant at Thieves Town, Green at Mire, and Red Crystal at Swamp. Yeah, I'm sorry, I think we were talking about that at the same time.
Oh, yeah, so we're definitely gonna need that mirror. But yeah, this is dedication on Flip Heel's part. He has to go through this cave 4 times. And don't forget to charge your water walk either. There he goes. Ooh!
Oh, that's you know how we were talking about 5 items? What does that make it?
Yeah, that hook shot opens up quite a few more. Especially if Maniacal now wants to Super Bunny into Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, that adds just, what, at least 8 over there, right off the bat, not counting Super Bunny?
And having gotten the hook shot, he can also now Harapot, which is good because the big key is vanilla.
Yep, just gonna have to count his items. What did we get in that chest? Oh, we got the small key. Okay, so we found 1 item so far. So as long as we find 1 more item, that's not an item.
No.
We're fine.
We're 50-50 now. It's either on Moldorm or in the big chest. That's the cape on Zora Ledge. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think you and I keep switching between the runners at the exact same time because we keep seeing the items
Oh.
at the exact same time. Oh, 300 rupees from Zora. Turn 500 into 300. Not the best interest rate.
Meanwhile, Maniacal gets trolled by the dorm.
Well, just showcasing why that boss has that nickname.
Also, having to do NMG strats on Moldorm.
Yeah. Oh, we got fast Molder.
I mean, that happens when you're forced to use NMG strats, but he gets him second try.
Well done. And is it an item? Not.
Oh.
There's an item in the big chest.
Yeah.
Well.
But you've just opened up East Death Mountain. Do you really want to spend all that time?
It's going to become a second last location now because Zora is pretty much a last location. This is going to be a last location. Either one of those spots
pointing
having
out
a good item could be a problem.
It was a little bit better than an NMG Moldorm fight because, you can use the hook shot to avoid getting bodied.
1 heart here on Flip Heel side. Makes it. But yes, there was some pretty good use of that hook shot actually in that fight.
Okay, 7 items here in Paradox Cave. Now Maniacal has Zora money. Just barely.
Yeah, I mean, if he ever does the catfish check, we might see a Zora play at that point.
Oh, there were the boots.
Sword.
Yes, more importantly.
We
But
have
yes,
Master Sword.
the green 20 does replace the boots, but has no bearing on logic.
So the boots were in actually relatively nice location this time.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Zethno, you know what that means, Master Sword and Lamp, right?
Yeah, it means we're gonna see everyone's favorite dungeon.
Entirely possible. Moonpearl could be on or locked by Pyramid Ledge.
Okay, so now if it happens, you're the one that said it, not me.
And Flipheel gets the hook speed Harapot, which I rather like. It's a little bit, hit or miss, but if you can get it quickly, it's very nice. And
Yeah,
Maniacal
it's also
not...
easy to reach. Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying it's also easy to retry if you get it wrong. It's a pretty fast setup.
Yeah, and I was just remarking, Maniacal decides against doing Super Bunny Cave.
That's interesting. But at this point, we're mostly looking for that Moon Pearl, so he might just be opting to try to find it.
We still haven't seen Sick Kid yet, have we?
Trying to think if someone went back. I don't think so.
And that's
I mean, it's a bit of a walk for one item. Maniacal picks up that bottle, which is 2 now. Ah, here's the Zora check.
Yes, he will forfeit 200 rupees and find out about the cape.
Yep.
We don't really have anything we could do an Ancilla delete, though, to get the cape.
No, wrong item set here. Almost there. We have half of pretty much all the combinations. You could get it with some really unfortunate water walk fake flipper setups, but I don't think anyone wants to do that.
What do we have left? I mean, Maniacal hasn't been to the desert yet, and Flipheel has, but we have Sick Kid, we have Saha's Closet, we have Eastern, and we have Aga.
And Tower of Hera.
Oh, right, that one item in the big chest that no one wants to get. I think these runners will probably do Aga before they go for Hera big chest. So here's that Sick Kid check. Wow, open heart surgery. Okay, so we're finally gonna see Saha and maybe Eastern. I mean, the question is, does Maniacal dip Eastern, or does he just bite the bullet and do Aga if the Moon Pearl isn't in Saha's Closet? Because no one wants to dip Pendant Eastern without the bow.
Ooh, flippers. And Moon Pearl.
Okay, it was in Saha's Closet all along.
Runners find it at about the same time here.
Yeah, I think... Given what Flipheel's done, He's actually slightly ahead because I don't think Maniacal ever went and checked Desert. So, I mean, at the moment, Maniacal is slightly ahead, but I think it's likely at some point he checks Aegina and gives that time back.
Yeah, that's pretty likely. We still have a few key items that are really hiding there, so this is really anyone's game at the moment.
We also have Divergence, where Flip is going for CAC Portal and Maniacal is doing Dark Death Mountain.
Well, it's actually really nice to see two runners going slightly different routes, because then we get to see two completely different plays and see how it pans out.
I think I like Maniacal's better because Thieves is a pendant. You don't really want to have to clear it. You don't have the Fire Rod to finish off Skull Woods. So Flip Heel's going to be doing a lot of partial dungeons here.
Hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
Getting our Turtle Rock Medallion check.
But
that was Bombos.
Only thing is that we have been finding items right next to where they're needed a lot. So, you know, maybe Fire Rod's just here in Skull Woods.
Well, we just found one item from Skullwoods and it was junk, but that does get one item out of the way. Hookshot Cave's giving us a whole lot of junk, too. Cane of Burna?
Well, yeah. I mean, when we find Hammer, maybe Spike Cave, but...
Yeah, though... Burna doesn't even point to anything because the flippers put the cape in logic.
Yeah. Well...
It does make you wonder, though, about either Bumper Ledge or Spike Cave. Because we haven't found anything else with the flippers. We've already fake flippered and done the rest of the checks. Oh, no!
Oh! Flip heel! Yeah, it's Wall Mastered. Gotta check the big chest instead. If this is the item, we can just kind of finish up here. Nope, Smoky. Just gonna use the quick door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, having that extra key, you now don't need to worry about using that door.
And nope. Last item's in the back.
Yep. Which we will get to eventually, but not without the Fire Rod. Oh, nice heads up to recover a bomb there. Both of our runners are kind of low on bombs, and I totally forgot that bush was a 50-50 for a bomb drop.
Yep.
You know...
What was that? That was... Oh, it's a rupee on Bumper Ledge, so that cape will not lead to something.
You know, I was just thinking with where Maniacal is, we could check Magic Bat, but it would cost us our Mirror Portal.
Yeah, that's a lot of effort for one check, but maybe. Here we go, Thieves Town.
Oh!
Okay.
Flip Heel's Graveyard Ledge pays off with that hammer.
That is a big fine for Flip Heel.
Yeah, now he's really opened up the Dark World.
I just missed what that second chest in Thieves Town was.
Oh, so did I. Tempered Sword in Thieves Town.
Third sword in Thieves Town. Okay, so if that second chest was a dungeon item, then there was only one item in the front there. So it's pendant, but there could be 3 items in the back.
Yeah, and
2 item front.
Okay.
So it was a not good item, but it was an item.
And thank you to Radical Sniper 99 for the raid. Welcome to this casual boots race between Maniacal and Flip Heel.
Oh. There it is. It was 10 bombs. We just saw it on.
Oh, at the very beginning, and yeah, and then he got a dungeon item. Yeah, I don't think even with the hammer you go to the back for 2 items.
Yeah, we still have quite a few things to check. We're just gonna start running a little short, but it's not too bad to get back here, especially with hammer. It'd be nice if we had the flute, but
The flute could be in Ganon's tower for all we know. Myers a pendant.
Yeah. Maybe the blacksmiths just learn how to make musical instruments. It makes about as much sense as what they normally give us.
Breadsmiths, they're hammering that baguette.
I think the last stream I did, somebody was saying what we need to do is have a prediction on whether they'll actually give you something that a blacksmith should be able to make. You know, is it something made out of metal?
Have you seen the April Fool's hack where, like, every hammer they release a mini Moldorm or something crazy?
Yeah, there was, yes. Yeah, I remember there being something. Was it mini Moldorm? Was it a bee?
I can't remember. It was either a mini Moldorm or a bee. It was pretty crazy either way.
I can make it. Oh, okay. Magic Bat has Cane of Samaria.
Doesn't do anything for us at the moment, but we will need it.
Yeah, we definitely require it to finish.
And Flip Heel, having the hammer, doesn't need to sacrifice his mirror portal to get it.
We'll see if that makes any real difference. That chest not being very nice to Maniacal there.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he isn't just turning it in, that he's, you know, doing this whole big loop around. I guess he doesn't want to skip Cave 45 and Stumpy.
Yeah, that's probably what happened there.
But again, this will be a definite time save for Flip because he can just do the whole Smith chain at once without any weird going back to the portal.
Means we'll also get the hammer peg check.
Oh yes, but how about that with the hammer?
Yeah, so hammer pegs requiring the hammer. Who would have thought? It's 20 rupees though. Bombs there in K45. We're going to see if anything here makes this whole walk around worth it. Sometimes it's just nice to clear some of those locations out of the way so you're not thinking about them anymore, though.
Yeah.
Maniacal going to leave the chest behind, but the game still thinks it's with him.
Also, Maniacal not having the hammer can't use this portal, so he'll probably do Hype Cave. I guess he's going to turn in the purple chest and then do Hype Cave. Some runners like to do Hype Cave first.
Yeah. We could see a dip in a swamp as well.
Though he wouldn't get very far without the hammer. I mean, there is that one check.
Oh, yeah. Kind of forgot about that. It's so easy to forget that hammer is required.
Flip, on the other hand, can full clear swamp.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if he does, actually.
I mean, if you're that close to a crystal dungeon, you have the items to finish it, why not? More bombs. Ice Rod.
At least we don't have an Ice Rod hunt today.
Yeah. So that means we're looking for a medallion?
We need Bombos, we need Fire Rod, we need a bow, and we need either book or flute to get into desert.
Yeah, The reason I said Bombos is because it can pretty much be anywhere but Turtle Rock now. We are seeing the Blue Mail pick up on Maniacal's side. Just looking for some extra health.
I think because he realized, oh, well, I can't continue in this direction. I have to go through the lake anyway to get to pod area. Might as well pick up the blue mail if I have to go that way anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you're right there, the extra few seconds to mirror twice is definitely worth any sort of time save that it would give you in the future. We're seeing a pod play here.
Bowless, hammerless pod play.
Yeah. Interesting play.
I mean, it was kind of the logical next thing in the loop. You know, you've come this far, you only have one portal into the Dark World.
Yeah. We'll see. Hey, if there's a bow in here, it could help, but we're still gonna need that hammer. Immediately finds the big key, so this is logically bow locked. On the other side, we have Flip going into Swamp, like we were talking about earlier.
And we'll listen to some of his Final Fantasy Tactics music. Oh. I'm a bit surprised Maniacal decided to do Mimic Clip rather than Potion Glitch.
Just saving the potion for later use. Isn't that what we all do in these games? Save the potion until sometime in the future when you're gonna need it? So well done Mimic Clip though overall. Not really finding much here in Pod.
Well, I mean, we needed some keys to, you know, be able to get up the middle.
Yeah, well, we got 2 keys. That's something, but we haven't found a single item here yet.
And not surprising that Flipheel's doing left side swamp first when you're this many items from go mode.
Will Maniacal find anything other than a key? Tune in and find out.
There's always a bow in pod, right?
Okay, as just I was saying, there's literally nothing but keys in here. We find a bow.
And that was not bow locked, so all of pod except for the boss is now in logic for Maniacal.
No, it was bow locked.
No, it was in the base. Oh, right, pod was bow locked because of that. Oh, shoot, right. Yes.
The first item was a big key.
Yeah, right. All of pod was bow locked. Dang it! So that's logical silvers. Will Flipheel maybe find the logical first bow in Swamp?
Or maybe they both just find that bow and we never find out where those silvers were. Well, I mean, up until Ganon.
Was that the flute for Flipheel as Maniacal picked up his butter sword?
I don't know, I saw the butter. I did not see the flute.
That is saying flute, yes. I did not imagine it.
Well then.
Good finds for both runners at the same time. Yeah, so that's our desert access. Which also means we have Pyramid Fairy access. There's an Ether Medallion, which we hope we don't need.
There's Quake.
Which we also hope we don't need.
These two runners are just right. All of a sudden, we weren't finding anything for a while, and now they're both just pulling items out of everywhere. We are getting the Eastern dip on Maniacal's side.
Well, Graveyard Ledge is so orphaned at this point, it's probably the last thing on his mind for finding Hammer there.
I think this may come down to where that Bombos is that I was talking about earlier. It really could just be almost anywhere.
I do wonder where the other bow is.
Hera Big Chest.
Because that's probably Maniacal's big out if Flip Heel doesn't want to glitch into bow-locked pod. Oh, in Eastern, of course. You were saying there was going to be a bow in Eastern, weren't you?
Wow, yeah, actually. Okay. Well then. One bow in Eastern, one bow in Pod. They're just in the same location in both worlds. This makes sense. That seems relatively, like, normal for this game. And yeah, Flip Heel's done the boss.
Yeah, so let's see what Flip does next. I mean, Hype Cave definitely is his immediate next play, but will he go to Pod? He'll probably activate the flute and then do Desert, if I had to guess.
Yeah, be a quick thing to check. Could go check the Mire area just to see what that medallion is, get Mire shed.
Right, checkerboard.
I'm gonna pick up that ice rod, find out where that is, which is nice.
Yeah, save and quit. I think he's going to activate the flute next.
Okay. Found the map there. Not finding anything else.
Oh. And we still need Fire Rod and Bombo separately, but we also need them because one of them is how we're going to get into Ice Palace.
Yeah, but as you say, we need both for Turtle Rock, so...
Right.
Well, they need to be somewhere. And there it is. Do we see the flute to 6? We do see the flute to 6.
I totally agree with this decision. It's the reasonable thing to do after getting the flute. Clearable Crystal Dungeon. That was too fast for me to see it.
I still think
I'm saying Quake.
Okay. That was a very fast check, though. I wasn't sure about it, but I thought it was Quake. So Maniacal finishes up Eastern. I don't think we found anything else other than that bow.
I don't think so.
But what a location for the two bows.
And I'm guessing Flip Heel is not going to be baited into Green Pendant Mire this early on.
No, especially considering it's a pendant.
Okay, so Maniacal's next check is going to be Pyramid Ledge. And then let's see if he does Graveyard Ledge or Catfish or what.
I mean, Pyramid Catfish makes a lot of sense right here. Going to check Graveyard Ledge at this point could be a play. After that. Or in between.
Desert is boots locked. Good thing we started with boots.
Yeah. I guess we just found those on our feet when we got out of bed.
The boots are on your feet, Numpty. Mirror's definitely nice to have routing desert like this.
Oh, yeah. Mirror's nice to route a lot of dungeons.
So what's Catfish got? Could be the Fire Rod or something spicy like that.
Yeah, Fire Rod or Bombos would be a pretty big thing here. We find... Well, it is red.
And the fact that Maniacal's walking out means he's going to Graveyard Ledge. He will finally get that hammer. Flip Heels found out that Lanmo has the last item in Desert.
Well, if you're cheering for Maniacal, you're happy to see this play.
I think if you're Flip, you do Pyramid Fairy next because you haven't even checked Pyramid Ledge. And that puts you in the pod area, so then the question is, do you go into pod in Eastern?
I mean, he can do everything in pod. Well, out of logic, he can do everything in pod except the boss. So it would be quite a few items to check there.
Well, Flip can do the boss. He has the hammer. I mean, he just doesn't know that.
Yeah, it's like in his mind, he can do everything but the boss. As he goes through the dungeon, he'll find out that he can actually finish it. I would say we need to find out what's in ice so that we can progress. Except we can't progress in ice till we find a damaged fire source.
It looks like Maniacal's gonna do Swamp now. Flute was really the only thing we got out of there, right? Quake, I guess. So.
Well, I mean, the Quake could be important if something does end up being in Mire.
Yep, Flute to 4. This is definitely a Pyramid Fairy play for Flip.
Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense, as you mentioned.
Yeah, if the game's giving you both 5-6 dungeons as relatively early crystals, it's worth wondering if the logic is trying to point you to Pyramid Fairy.
The thing is, that he doesn't have a lot of good checks remaining anyway. Right? Like, you got Bolus Pod, which is a lot of checks, and Bolus Eastern. Probably don't want to do unless you've already done Bolus Pod. And you're running out of things.
You mean like Maniacal did it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in the area, well, at that point, he was no longer doing Bolus Eastern. But...
Wait, did Flip never check Hobo?
I guess not. It's a good time to check it.
Yeah, I just love when runners swim with the big bomb to Hobo. I mean, you're really threatening the man at this point. I am going to detonate this thermonuclear device if you don't give me something.
Well, we're really getting the rent this time. I like the sound on that mirror portal.
Chat is pointing out that we do have Ped and Logic now. And there's nothing saying Fire Rod isn't on Ped, or Bombos.
Yeah. I don't think the runners want to see that.
But chat does.
Well, there's plenty of things chat always wants to see. Most of them are not normally nice for the runners. And Pyramid Fairy had rupees and more rupees.
320 bucks. I mean, it makes Flipheel a rich man, but that probably wasn't what he was going for.
At this point in the game, money's not all that important to these runners.
Oh, and Flip is skipping pod and doing Catfish. Now, he does have the flute. He can always just flute to 5 after this.
Okay, if he doesn't, where's he going next?
Yeah, he's kind of... Well, he never did do Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, yes, that could be a play.
And he'll be able to actually do Spike Cave if he so chooses, which is another out-of-the-way check we haven't talked about too much.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. There's quite a few items up there if he hasn't done it.
So
Do that first, and then if it turns into nothing, you can go into your bolus pod.
And sure enough, there's the flute to 1.
Yeah. But after this, I think what are Flip's options here? Pod Eastern.
He doesn't really have much else. I mean, Back of Thieves Town, no one wants to do Back of Tended Thieves.
Back of Thieves, the Tower of Hera, big chest. These are not good locations. I think he's gotten like all the overworld tracks done.
Oh, and we missed that bottle in Swamp Big Chest the first time through, so Flip must be up to 3 bottles as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm just thinking of like what else is really remaining here. There's just like there's not many places that are left that we haven't checked.
As Chat's saying, given the lack of places, Maniacal could very well go into Meyer because he's already checked Pyramid. Less incentive to go back and do Pyramid Fairy.
I mean, that would be in the end. We know that's actually a good decision because there's nothing there.
And here is the Spike Cave check from Flip Heel.
But that does bring up a good point. Meyer's a location that we really haven't talked about. There's definitely a potential that in the 2 items in there we find one of the things remaining.
Plus the green pendant.
3 items actually. Maybe we just find it here in Spike Cave.
Nope.
We don't.
It's probably in Hera Big Chest.
Oh, that would be rude. I mean, you know what? Hold on. This game started with fetch quests, right?
Yeah.
What if they're on both tablets?
Oh. Well, we don't have a book yet.
Yet. That book could be in one of the locations we talked about.
I'm kind of surprised Flip is prioritizing Pendant Meyer over Pod Eastern.
Really doesn't want to do that bolus Pod Eastern.
And Maniacal has a little bit of a lead now, largely because he never dipped Skull Woods, and that took Flip Heel a bit of time, especially with the getting wall mastered.
Well, we'll see if this Meyer play turns into something. Yeah, unfortunately, getting one bow would point Flip towards Eastern and Pod if they both weren't there.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear in the interview his reasoning for Meyer ahead of Pod Eastern.
I mean, one of the nice things about this is once you finish this, you pretty much know it's over there. So you can make it all in one trip and know that it's going to be in one trip.
Meanwhile, we get 2 small keys in Maya right off the bat.
This scene really has been up front with the keys in the dungeons. Key-heavy game.
Watch the fire rod be in Hera Big Chest and Bombos is on Mothula. And both runners just hard last located at that point.
I don't even know who'd be ahead at that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. If we have that scenario, like, I swear the runners would pull Ped before they would do Hera Big Chest. To answer chat, cutscene chest may well be a small key since big key was in the compass chest. I personally would skip it because there's a decent chance, or it could also be the compass. So we haven't found anything in Mire yet.
Yeah, I thought it was the other way around. If there's a small in that chest, it is likely that there's a big in the fire chest, not the other way around.
A small in one forces a big in the other, but not the other way around. A big in one makes it very likely there's a small in the other, but not required. Oh,
there it is.
Now you get your tablet wish.
There it is. There's the book. And there's the fire rod.
And Flip is deciding whether he wants that green pendant or having just found 2 big items. He's gonna go for the green. No, changes his mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no more items, so it's literally just for that green pendant.
Now, Rule of Fire dictates that Bombos must be an Icer in the back of Skull Woods, right?
Yeah, that's definitely how that works. For sure.
Superstitious.
Yes. So the Tower of Hera basement is fire locked.
That's true.
Oh man, can you imagine if that's the last thing our runners need?
Okay, what does Maniacal do now? Because he saved and quit, so he is not dipping Mire, which we now know is actually hard required.
Yeah, but we do not yet know if the boss is. Where we going?
Yeah, well, we're 1 item from no mode, and that 1 item can be anywhere except inside Turtle Rock or GT.
Yeah. That is not a lot of magic left.
You got Tempered Sword.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, okay, so I did Pyramid.
Okay, Maniacal. Yeah, a little bit surprised. But at the same time, you know, Mire isn't exactly a quick check.
Ooh, Mothula, I think, ate 1 or 2 hits there, but that looks... It was nice and fast.
Because of course Bombos had to be on Moth.
I think you literally called that earlier. Well, finding
We did say
Fire
rule
rod
of fire,
somewhere.
didn't we?
No, but even before that, you made some comment about once they find the fire rod, the bomb bus was going to be on the Mothula, didn't you?
Yeah, but now, he's gonna full clear TR. That's gonna give him an extra mountain climb.
Yeah, that's not good.
I mean,
Makes
full
me
clearing.
sad though. We'll never open that Turtle Rock big chest now.
Full clearing ice isn't gonna be too bad because we do have Samaria.
No, it's a little bit longer than Jumboing it, but it's not too bad.
But also,
However,
Maniacal needs to find his way back to, Meyer.
yeah. The thing is that Maniacal is going to get blocked a little bit earlier by not having that. And
I mean,
will likely go over to Meyer, whereas I could see Flip going up to do Turtle Rock first and then going back to Pod.
really depends what else Maniacal does. Remember, he hasn't been into Skull Woods at all yet.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, so go up, do Skull Woods, because you gotta... Oh, he doesn't have Fire Rod? Where was that?
What? Fire Rod was in
Right.
Meyer.
Oh, Meyer, right. Sorry, I just totally blanked for a second there. Yeah. But, oh, so you're saying to do the front. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we could do the front of... Yeah, chat's bringing up a point there. We could see the back of Thieves Town.
Yeah. 2 items there. Oh yeah, Maniacal hasn't done Spike, as chat's reminding us. I don't know, he's got a lot of not great decisions after he finishes Pod here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what both these runners do.
I mean, I'm expecting Flip to do TR next.
I'm hoping that that's not what we see, but I feel like you're probably right.
I mean, always be clearing crystal dungeons, right?
Yeah, this is one of those cases where it doesn't work, but as a general rule, it's definitely a good idea.
Cold Stare kind of got away from Flip, but hey, he has half magic.
Half magic, fire rod, tempered sword, we're fine. But we had some synchronized explosions there.
And welcome to our raiders from Electrothermal. Thanks for the raid. The funny thing is, Flip's actually ahead by 1 crystal right now. Oh, and Maniacal is going back to CAC Portal, so this is either a Skullwoods play or a Thieves Town play. That'll buy Flip heal some time.
Yeah, because there's nothing important there. We are in no mode. We know where everything we need to finish the game is.
Wait. Oh, right, Maniacal never did hammer pegs.
I can see that. Pretty sure this is rupees. It is.
But if he's here, I think Back of Thieves is his next play. Okay, Skullwoods.
I was gonna say, are you sure about that?
Or Bumper Ledge?
Yeah. We are seeing Flip Heel go up to Turtle Rock. This is what we expected to see.
Now, depending on the key layout, Maniacal's Go Mode TR might not be much faster.
That's true.
Though Flip will do Mimic Cave, and there is no way Maniacal does Mimic Cave. But if Flip goes into Pod before Eastern, there's no way Flip sets foot in Eastern.
That's true. Unfortunately, the doing Turtle Rock now does mean an extra Death Mountain climb, which is pretty slow overall.
2 small keys in that fire-locked room in Turtle Rock.
What else do we see here? Rupees. Maniacal diving deeper into Skullwoods with some of these items we've already seen on Flip Heel side. It's really interesting how these runners picked just like that little bit of a different route, and because of that, it's pushing them in massively different directions.
Yeah, and neither is it all close to where we know they need to be for their Go Mode.
Yeah, it's really pushing these runners into places they don't want to actually go.
Okay, so Maniacal will be able to skip Lava Chest when he comes up to TR. And we'll probably also...
a little better, but it's not huge.
And he'll probably also skip Big Chest.
And the Meyer play from Maniacal.
Okay, he stays out of Thieves. That's good for him.
That does mean that, barring any unforeseen circumstances, Maniacal is about to get Go Mode.
Yeah, and that's how quickly can he collect 3 crystals. Oh yeah, but, as chat's pointing out, he might kill Vitreous for the green pendant. He still doesn't know where Bombos is.
Yeah? That is very true. That could save Flip Heel some time over Maniacal.
And Maniacal is not going to get 3%ed in Turtle Rock. There is a small key in either Crystal Roll or Chester Laser Bridge.
Always unfortunate when you get that low percent.
Yeah. Let's also see if Maniacal does cutscene in Meyer. He could make up some time if he skips it.
Yeah, very true. It is a small key.
Okay, so there is a small key on Laser Bridge. So Maniacal will need to do at least some of Laser Bridge when he comes through TR. He gets his big key. And he skips the cutscene, okay. So that saves him at least a minute.
Oh, interesting thing is that I don't think Flip Heel's going to get silvers or the gold sword.
That's true. Definitely no way he gets the butter sword, because as soon as he gets a bow, he's in Go mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, right. As soon as he gets one bow, he's in go mode. The big key is the first thing you get in pod, so he can skip almost all of pod. So there are Maniacal's 2 items from Meyer, and he is out of there.
Not going for the boss and pendant. We know that's the right play.
And flute to 3. This is gonna be his go mode when he kills Moth.
This decision makes a lot of sense. In the event that you kill Moth and don't get anything, you can always check head, make sure that there isn't something hiding behind that pendant that you left in Meyer.
Now, I think if Flip Heel goes right to pod, he has the lead. But if he does anything else, it'll probably be Maniacal's lead.
Yeah, this is tight. Like, Seed putting both bows, one in Eastern, one in pod, is just rude positioning of items.
I mean, everyone knows there are bows in Eastern and pod. Oh no, is Flip... Okay, I hope this is just an Ether Tablet check and he's not actually going to do Hera Basement.
That would be a time loss.
Okay, got the book out.
Please leave after doing this.
We don't want to see the coffee break. Really, we don't. Okay.
Okay, we're leaving.
And
there we go.
Okay. So we're going to have pretty close go modes to each other. Maniacal will be in go mode first, but he's also a crystal behind.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. And it's going to be a very quick pod as long as Flip checks that basement chest early.
I don't see why he wouldn't. I
You
mean,
never know.
What's the alternative? He finds pod bow locked and mirrors to Eastern and gets the other bow there. But that is go mode for Maniacal, just over an hour, 12 minutes.
Okay, so what is Flip going to do here? Sees the big key. Leaves.
Gonna go into Eastern and get his logical bow. And then Ganon will ask him, did you find the arrows in Palace of Darkness?
Yeah. No, this makes a lot of sense. The thing is, Flip knows that there has to be a logical bow somewhere, and that logical bow is not in pod. So the likelihood of there being a bow in Eastern is pretty dang high at this point. With
I believe it's just this next chest, right?
yeah, I think it's this one as well. But right, but in Flip's mind, there's what's left, right? The back of Thieves Town, Hera.
Yeah.
And Bombo's tablet. He doesn't want to do any of that.
In any case, he's in go mode, not even a minute and a half after Maniacal hit go mode. Has to go this way because it's bow locked, but since he's in go mode, he'll just get a small key here and go straight to the boss.
Yep. Which means, as we were talking about earlier, Flip is going to end this with a normal bow and tempered sword. And Maniacal is going to have gold sword and silvers.
Which means we could see one of those dramatic Ganon fights where Flip enters like a minute sooner, and then you have to see, like, can he do 12 spins before Maniacal catches up with Silvers?
Yeah, this could be very interesting at the end. The thing is that Maniacal is approaching the Cold Stare fight, but Maniacal still needs to do all of Turtle Rock. It's not a short dungeon. There's the Cold Stare defeat over on Maniacal side. And Flip entering the final Crystal boss room. Attempting to hit Helmasaur with the hookshot.
Doesn't work too well.
No.
But down goes Helma King, and that's 7 crystals for Flip Heel, which means we have a little game to play. You can get your guesses in chat, or you can spend your hard-earned channel points. What do you think, Zethno?
Oh, wow, that is one heck of a prediction.
Yeah, that
options.
option prediction is great.
I didn't even know you could have that many options.
Yeah, at some point they changed it to allow up to 10.
Okay, cool. Well, I always say 8, so I guess my prediction's 8 to 9.
Okay, if we go hope and then left, that's map chest. If we do Dark Magician, that's compass room.
Correct.
And I guess
what about you? What are you saying?
These days I'm kind of a 14 guy because I really like Rando Room, and that tends to more be 14 than 10 given runner's meta these days. Chat's backing me up. It's always Rando Room.
Well, I mean, if the room is named after Rando, then of course that's where Rando puts the items.
Exactly.
Okay, we do have Flip running over to GT here. Maniacal's still on the torch room, so Maniacal's going to be quite a bit.
Yeah. It'll really depend on GT basement routing, and then Maniacal will have to gain some amount of time in GT because I think this time difference is too big for him to just make it up on Silver's Ganon fight.
Agreed. Something's going to have to go wrong, I think, on Flip Heel's side here.
Or just routing. Though Flip Heel is doing Dark Magician, which makes it difficult for Maniacal to gain too much time by any sort of routing here. You know, maybe it's left side and Maniacal does hope and then left and saves the time it takes to go to Compass Room, which is maybe a minute, but that's about it.
Yeah. One of the advantages of this route, it does lose a little bit of time to some of the other routes, but it doesn't really tend to lose a lot of time to anything. Yeah, of course, unless, as being mentioned in chat, unless Maniacal decides that he's just going to go and do Tile Room first, which is...
Nope.
well,
He
doesn't
just needs
matter.
to do Hope Room first. That was, what, 6?
Yeah. Dang it! I said 8. Well, there go my channel points.
Yeah, that was actually the God Hope Room, wasn't it? Because the other one was a small key.
Yep, that's exactly what you want to see.
So Maniacal can make up a small amount of time with the God Hope Room, but probably not even a minute savings. And as these runners make their way through Go Mode, do give both of them a follow. They're both really great runners. Been
And
around quite a while.
They're showing exactly how to pull this seat off.
Of course, I still remember when Flipheel was new to Rando, and his team was originally called 16-Bit Nerds in Season 2. Maniacal, on the other hand, predates even the legendary 512 Swiss tournament.
That one.
Yes. He was in that one. This is why Half Magic is nice. You can miss a few shots on Land Mode 2, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that's why Half Magic's one of my favorite safeties, really.
So chat's asking, just for a little bit of background, the Spring 2018 main tournament had a 512-person Swiss phase that went into a 128-person bracket. It is the largest ALTTPR tournament that has ever been held to date. And I've heard from everyone that it was an absolute nightmare to admin.
I don't think we're going to see another one like that in a very, very long time.
Flip's opening chests looking for silvers. Maniacal will save a little bit of time not opening chests upstairs because there is nothing he can hope to find.
Hey, hold on. We don't have red mail.
And we don't have the bloomerang.
Yeah, but I'm mentioning something that might actually help him. Although, I mean, not... It is... With these runners, really, red mail is going to help them, but help a runner. Flip goes back to check the chest. I mean, if that was silvers, that'd be an amazing check.
Nice double for the first round of Aga 2. Ooh, just misses the triple.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a triple. Oh, Maniacal goes right.
Yep, that's what chat was saying, that's his meta. So he will get the God Hope room and head upstairs as Flipheel gets transported to the pyramid. Very nice triple-double for the Aga.
Only problem is that Maniacal is the entire climb behind.
Right. I mean, Flip would have to take Ganon Fall or Ganon Death, but there's no way 12 spins in Phase 4 takes this long.
And we have half magic, so there really isn't a worry of running out of magic. I'm pretty sure he's got a blue potion. At this point, I think it's a fall or just totally not using a potion when needed. Getting some nice spins in there and dash threats.
Yeah, gets
And
the
we're on
1-1.
phase 3.
1-1's got to be really easy for Maniacal.
With that gold sword, yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what the thought is there. Did you find the bow and pod?
And Flip knows full well that Pod was bow locked.
Yeah. Did you find the bow locked bow?
Hey, I hear there was a meme tournament recently where there was like guaranteed to be a bow locked bow and pod in one of the modes.
Yeah. Well, if you know it's there, it's not that bad.
So I think we're about halfway through the spins as Maniacal takes down Moldorm 2.
I was gonna say, Flip getting off some good triples here.
Oh, and right as you said that, he missed it, but down goes Ganon. Get your GGs in, chat.
What happens? The second commentator says something, it doesn't happen. But yes, well done on Flip Heel's side.
This will
GG.
actually, I believe, be Flip Heel's first win of the tournament. His teammates have gotten the 2 wins for his team so far, and this will also be Bottles on Empty's first loss of the league.
Oh, really? Yeah, wow. They are undefeated right up until now.
So Flip Heel gets an official race time of 1:25.59. Sorry, the back end is lagging a bit for... Okay, we are able to get Flip Heel in here. GG.
GG's.
So, I guess the big play wound up being your decision to do Meyer when you did. Can you take us through what made you decide to go there?
So let me think. Oh, it was after we did the mountain, and then I don't know. My only choices I think at that point were Back of Thieves, Pod Eastern area, and other than the Hair Basement, it was just Meyer, and it just felt a little fishy, I guess, because the Quake opened it and we had it. Also, at that point, since I didn't really have great options left, I figured I would just couple it into Pod Eastern with the green pendant hand in and be efficient. And then, yeah, once I got the fire rod and the book, I'm sure you saw me pause. I was like, wait, do I keep going?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We definitely saw your back and forth there debating about the green pendant. As Maniacal now takes down Aga, and we'll have probably a very quick Ganon fight. I don't know if you had a chance to discuss this in the race room, but he's on Gold Sword Silvers.
I did not know about the other sword. I guess that was in Pod.
Yep, that was in Dark Maze, and
Maniacal is hovering over the pit.
I guess he sees that he's lost and wants to show off a little bit. But yeah, the bow was actually in Stalfos' basement, so that was really quick in Pod. That was Maniacal's first bow, and then he went to Eastern and got the logical bow.
Yeah, wow, that's super gross, by the way. I was watching another stream today, and a bow was in that exact same chest. RNG strong today.
In Eastern, you mean?
Yep.
Well, at least you're not on the Eastern skippers.
True, although it was kind of tempting at the point. There wasn't.
Yeah, we were wondering when you were gonna get the big key in the front of Pod, would you? It makes more sense not to expect a bow lock bow in Pod, but to go for your logical bow. But it would have been funny.
Yeah, but I gotta say, like the light well didn't feel terrible. Getting the pearl almost last kind of sucked because we could have had Dark World access right away. But I just felt I played the Dark World really well.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean the early hammer was great. And by the way, get your GGs in for Maniacal as
Yep.
he now finishes.
With the moon pearl, if I remember correctly, you both got within like 5 seconds of each other.
okay, so he also did everything else before going to Saha area.
Yeah, I think you both did it in a bit of a different order, but you ended up there at about the same time with a little bit of a different check. I don't remember quite.
Yeah, Flip Hill had done Desert.
Yes.
And we are joined by Maniacal as well. GG, though you're currently muted.
GG.
Hey, thanks for letting me know I was muted. GG.
Yeah, no, well played. Just
Eh,
obviously a couple of decisions that didn't go your way and went Flip's way, but
I was shocked to lose that by 4 minutes, I'll be honest. I felt like I played it okay. I didn't feel like I messed up too bad, but guess I did.
I mean, it was the big thing was just Flip's decision to do Meyer over Pod.
Yeah, I think that was just pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like that means you had to have played into Swamp early, because Swamp is where Quake was, right, in the back.
Yeah, so it traces
So
back to.
you had to take your flute and your Quake as signal into Meyer, with very little else drawing. I don't know. I felt like putting off Meyer when I did was fine.
Well, I guess it traces back to Flip actually did Graveyard Ledge pretty early after you guys got Dark World access.
Okay, yeah, that also seems like a call I didn't expect. The way the Dark World opened up, but I mean, makes sense. Just that was a bad spot for Hammer for me.
Yeah, actually,
I wanted to get it out of the way early
early.
because I was just gonna do a full loop. Because normally I do like hype left, but I don't know, without a flute, I figured I'd just do Smith chain. So I
Yeah,
just
same.
just pretty much did a full circle, including that, because I didn't like feel like doing Graveyard to catfish or anything.
Yeah, I also did the full circle. I started and did front of Thieves, went down around through Dig Game and Smiths, and did the powder check and like hype, and then into Pod, and then up, and then to Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, actually, Flip. I was a little bit surprised. So the two of you got Dark World access right around the same time. Maniacal went to Dark Death Mountain. Flip, you went to Skull Woods and then Graveyard Ledge. Can you talk about why you specifically started your Dark World routing there rather than like either Dark Death Mountain or Front of Thieves?
I honestly didn't think about it. I was just kind of like, I just got Dark World access. If like I said, I felt pretty late to the Pearl, so I kind of wanted to do all the main world stuff right away.
Yeah, I felt not necessarily late to the Pearl. I felt like it was fine. I didn't think that was something that most people were likely to end up at pretty early, but with the knowledge already that Thieves is a pendant, I didn't want to end up over in Village and force myself to make a call with Dark Death Mountain available and knowing that TR is a crystal. So I wanted to get that medallion information out of the way. So I felt like it was an okay time loss to take.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, that honestly sounds a bit better, but I don't know. I wasn't really sweating the Thieves decision at the time.
Yeah, just knowing Thieves was blue pendant, I was like, it's Mit's access. I want to put off making decisions about what to do in Thieves until I get these 6 checks out of the way, basically. It did really pin Hera Basement to absolutely nothing, basically. So if Hammer was in Hera Basement, I was pretty dead, but I was okay with that risk, I think.
Yeah, same. Like, getting hook shot in the front, and having the whole mountain open up, I was like, should be fine. until like you get to Saha Eastern only left. I was like, oh no. After getting Pearl though, it's like, okay, we're fine, I think.
Yeah, I felt good about the the sequence that I played on the seed. Like I said, I hit the timer, so I didn't know I had lost until like setting up Aga 2 basically.
And honestly, you
not
actually
great.
hit go mode first.
Huh.
The difference was you still had Ice and Turtle Rock at that point, and Flip, when he hit go mode like a minute and change later, only had Pod.
Yeah, I mean, being able to dodge all of Pod and EP, I mean, I was able to dodge all of Ice. Finishing the green pendant, I was able to avoid. Was able to dodge back of Thieves. So there's a lot of stuff I didn't do.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna have to watch it back and see where I lost so much time. Because I mean, yeah, Pod EP are slow, but I got an extra bow out of it. I got an extra sword out of it, which was kind of marginal.
Also, too, so Ice, it was actually pretty nice. Like, you know, I did it the slow way with the Switch because I was full clearing it, but the 3 items were like right on the path, and then the small key was in the big chest, so I didn't like. It wasn't like the worst non-go moding because I didn't have to actually go to Ice T. So.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I had a pretty fast go mode Ice though because I had Samaria before being in there from doing early bat. I'm guessing you must have had Samaria at that point as well on your route.
Yeah,
Or did you put bat off? Or I guess no, you had
chain.
hammer super early, so you would have just done it easily with the smith chain without having to grab the portal. So I guess I lost a chunk of time there too. Okay, yeah, it's starting to make sense.
I think there were a few things with that hammer, the really early hammer, the bat, not having to give up the portal, not having to walk back, being able to do bat and hammer pegs right off the bat and not having to come back later. It was a bunch of like little things. Having that hammer, I think, will have added up to a decent amount of time.
Yeah, I had to loop the whole way around for Swamp sort of on the second go round, basically. That kind of sucks. I don't know. I don't think most people do Graveyard Ledge early, so I didn't really even feel that bad about it. I was like, hey, maybe I have this hammer, maybe my opponent does, maybe they don't. But guess I got destroyed on this one by that. Kind of sucks, but is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't feel like skipping it there. Like we just got Dark World access, and like I said, I started down there, so
I didn't feel like skipping it. But also with flips and hookshot, I thought I would hit it on the end of the loop rather than the start of the loop.
Got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because we've got mitts, hook, flips, like just loop around, right? It was kind of the slowest leg with the least density of what was available. So I don't know. I put it late. Maybe that's a mistake. Didn't work out.
Yeah, I think it didn't work out might be better than it being a mistake. It's just an awkward thing that's an awkward location to route in that a lot of runners are gonna leave behind pretty often.
But,
I guess another thing too was like, since I had skipped Tower Basement, I don't really like orphaning too much stuff, so I guess it's the full clear mentality in me, like even though it's kind of slow to get there, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't want to orphan, but at the same time, like I was saying, I felt like I had a full clear route back to it.
Yeah,
after Catfish. So like I had a plan to get there, and I got there sort of right on time for what I wanted to do. But yeah, I also didn't want to generate unnecessary orphan spots, but I also didn't want to do Fire Rodless Front of Skull and Pendant Thieves and stuff like that. But
speaking of orphan spots, Flip, after you finished TR, when you went over to do Ether Tablet, we were afraid you were going to do Harrow Basement at that point.
I was mildly tempted, but I was like, no, we skipped it. I was almost like, we should just go to Pod Eastern, so I'm not tempted, but I was like, no, we skipped it. Stick with it.
Good call.
Bow was a really interesting tension in this seed, honestly. I wasn't sure what to do about it. It was really weird finding both the bows where they were.
Yeah, like who wants to go to Pod Eastern without a bow? Come on.
I didn't want to, but I was looking at Skullwood's Graveyard Ledge Catfish Pyramid. Like,
No, it makes
nothing looked
sense.
good.
I get
First
it.
Chest Swamp.
I
was
just meant
like,
like in
well,
general, not like the seed.
yeah, I can Mimic Clip into a bunch of items here and get some intel on where my bow probably is. And so at that point, I was just, like you were saying, I didn't want to leave anything behind because I knew Hera Basement was hanging out. And so I was just like, heck it, I'm just grabbing every item I can in as short of a path length as I can. Definitely didn't want to go and like find a bow at Graveyard Ledge and then end up having to go back into pod. Yeah, I don't think there's too much else to say about this one. I'll be interested to watch it back and see how it kind of played out. GG to Flip Heel on this one. You know, wish I could have kept it a little closer. Unfortunately, I really didn't. But you know, I felt like I at least played okay. Had some fun with it. It was kind of a cool seed.
It was very close a lot of the way until Flip wound up finding that Fire Rod and Mire.
Yeah, I think we were talking. We had no idea who was ahead for quite a while there.
Okay, well that's good. At least it wasn't, you know, I lost 4 minutes early and then just like lead was held. Those are always a little less exciting.
And I'm checking the schedule. Looks like your teammates are playing not even 24 hours from now.
Yeah, I think Ninjembro is racing Ikir.
Yep. And
that should be fun.
That's scheduled for 5:40 tomorrow. Doesn't have a channel yet, but should get a restream. So not even 18 hours from now. Get your stuff out of the way early, right?
I'll have to depend on Ninjembro to carry the team again. Unfortunately, I was our first loss last season too, so it feels kind of bad. Wish I could have done a little bit better, but that's okay. It's rando.
I mean, you can always get your revenge on me next week if we meet up in SMZ3 or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe. You're going to SG Live?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Awesome. Yeah, that'll be fun. Maybe we'll get a run back.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting both of you.
Yeah, should be. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of folks there.
Gotta grab some good beers.
Act with the good fight IRL float. I think maybe not, but I do appreciate Act's energy.
Gotta get
yes,
our boat
he'll be there.
But yeah, GG again. Thanks for the comms and the restream and everything. I'll definitely be checking out the race between Ikir and Ninjembro. I think both the matchups that we got this week are really close, and I'm really happy to have, you know, so many good competitive races. I think it's a really fun group, and so looking forward to seeing how that one goes.
Yeah, same. Looking forward to it as well. Thanks for the restreams and comms and stuff again, and
yeah, good luck to you guys and your teammates going forward. And of course, give our runners a follow again. And we've also put in chat, you know, the link to information both about the league and SpeedGaming Live. Thanks again to our tracker Counto. Couldn't have done it without you, that's for sure. And I know the tracking app was lagging a bit, so thanks for bearing with that. And Zethno, I'm glad we finally got to do comms again. It's been quite a while.
Been a very long time, but yeah, it was very nice to have a chance to do this again with you.
Yeah, hopefully it won't be such a long gap next time.
For sure. And just to our viewers who did join us, well, as we wrap up here, there is actually more ALTTPR going on right now on SpeedGaming. SpeedGaming 4 has the daily race.
Yes, amazingly it got a restream, so we'll try to send you over there when we wrap here. They're not quite an hour in, so that's actually featuring standard small key shuffle, which is going to be a mode option in the playoffs for League. So it'll be one of the first times that mode's getting played. And honestly, we're still working some of the kinks out of it. So should be interesting to check out. But yeah, thanks again for watching. And we'll see you over there.